to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. In this game, we'll see the line. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for George.
And guys, this effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Great one out there at Bledsoe. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Markieff Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Floyd in at the 1. Two very deep teams, great benches. Brent, talk about the mindset and the difference there between starting and coming off the bench.
You can assess, Kevin, throughout the first quarter or when it is that your time to check in the second quarter is about the rhythm of the game. What are we doing well? So when I go in, how much more can I enhance the advantage we have there? Or let's say it's a game where we're getting killed in transition. The most important thing I can do is communicate that message to the team. When we start that 4 or 5 minute stretch, let's focus on these 2 things to get ourselves back and righted for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's excellent. From deep, an absolute bomb from 3-point range. Floyd's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Clippers. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe, and that one is hammered home.
Unselfish play there by Bledsoe. Does a great job scanning, noticing somebody's open, get them the ball.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Naturally, their defensive game plan centers around the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the league's most feared slasher. Kevin, they will do everything they can to keep him out of the lane. Maybe that includes playing 7 or 8 guys at a time.
Thank you, David. Clock at 6. And then jammed down as he goes right over Markieff Morris.
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
Mm-hmm. Now George. 9 points last game. Pass to Morris. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the wing, George. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. The fadeaway, and it's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Passes it to the great one. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Both free throws good from the great one.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Floyd. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Floyd's got 5 points so far.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Floats it up for Giannis. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Raptors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for the Bucks, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Second shot opportunity. Drummond trying to get himself free. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. A nice shot by George.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Fires from 18. Giannis with another miss.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Bledsoe passes to the great one. Can they get it? Here's Drummond, and it comes off the front of the rim.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
Here's Middleton. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers.
Well, you never want to concede a game before you play it. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
Tough thing about that one is they also were playing a poor opponent, so no fire in that game. And that sticks with you a little bit.
The great one passes to Middleton. To the middle. And there's the basket on the shot from the great one. The great one's got 6.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Here's Floyd. 26 points for him last game against Portland.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
There's the pass to the great one. And it's sent back by Morris. And the foul called on the great one. That's his first foul. Los Angeles leading by 3. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front lines of the opposition. Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Morris passes to Ford. Kicks it to George. 5 to shoot, and he makes that one. He's got 10.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Harrell, the pass to Ford. A shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
The great one. Excellent D there from George.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And it's Harrell missing.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Here's the great one. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. The shot's good from the great one.
Yep, that's a great look from Giannis there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. I think that's going to happen.
I don't understand what the divisions are, do you?
No. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Los Angeles leading by 10. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's the great one, and it's McLeod. And at the one. Harrell, the pass to man. Harrell trying to free himself up. No good that time.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
The dish now to Leonard. Cans it from downtown. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
That one falls.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's George. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
They get it again. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Milwaukee. The Bucks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
We can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Nuggets just played phenomenal. He dropped in 55 points. And along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. No good that time. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Over to the wing. Harold drives in. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
You see the athleticism there of Harrell, and does a great job of just wreaking havoc on that possession.
Here's the great one. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. 4th, the Clippers.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
And the shot goes down. And it's an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. And here are the Clippers now. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, guys. I mean, even though they're in opposite conferences, you look back and these teams have a lot of history.
Morris kicks to George. No good with the triple. Bucks trail by 9. No good from the great one.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Leonard looking over the floor. Over Middleton.
How about the length? Tough for any offensive player to deal with the likes of Middleton with those long arms. Pass
to the great one. Bledsoe outside. Over Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Bledsoe.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Outside Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Such a
1 second left. And that does it for the first half of play. The Clippers on top as they end the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Clippers leading by 12. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Floyd in at point. Clock is at 3. Three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The great one. It's hauled in by George. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that. And Paul George definitely has the handle.
Kept alive. Here's Antetokounmpo. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. The Bucks shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. What improvements, Brent, do you like to see out of players going from season 1 to their 2nd season in the league?
Biggest thing, Kevin, turnovers. Player comes into the league, has an opportunity to play, wants to rush things, plays too fast, doesn't have an ability to slow down and make reads. From season 1 to season 2, given the role and responsibility for that player, when you watch a guy whose ability to take away the mistakes, the simple mistakes he made last year, that's growth.
Because it's connected to so many other areas of his game.
Right, and he's not trying to do things that he wasn't capable of doing when he came into the league last year. He's understanding more of where it is that he's best suited in possessions and for that offense.
Good explanation.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Bucks trail by 13. Passes it to Drummond. Inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
More and more, it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game, learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
He's off on the second. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's George on the wing, guarded by Bledsoe.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Really left alone that time. 16 points for the great one.
Now, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. There's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Here's Floyd. Antetokounmpo defending. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. George with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks trail by 10. Here's Giannis. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
I'd like to see how confident and effective Antetokounmpo could be from there. He's got some room to shoot it. He really does need to fire away.
Leonard kicks to Harrell. Here's George, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Bledsoe with it. George picks him up to the inside, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8, and he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. He kicks it to Morris. The pass to Floyd. Rebound, Milwaukee. Drummond's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Giannis, and Giannis throws it down.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
Pass to Harrell. Tipped away and stolen by Drummond, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Harrell finds Morris. Outside, George. Back to Harrell. To the paint. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's the great one, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. A pull-up. They get the rebound. And the rejection by Giannis. Bucks trail by 8. Cloud passing to the great one. Bucks passing it around. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Oh, size and reach and timing. That's all Montrezl Harrell there, throwing that one out.
There's the steal. They're running, pushing it up, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
And the Clippers call time here.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Paul George. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
The great one passes to Antetokounmpo, and the jam by Antetokounmpo.
As Giannis has grown in his physical stature, widening those shoulders, having more strength, these are the kind of plays that make all that hard work pay off.
And here's Leonard. He's got 14. And he drops it in from the low post. Leonard's got 16 points. Bucks trail by 6. Down low. Here's Giannis. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Pass to Leonard. And the layup is good. He's got 18.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Middleton outside. They get a hand on it. Here's McLeod. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from McLeod. Floyd passes to Harrell. Leonard against Middleton from the stripe, and oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Pulls up for 3. Morris with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 4. to Floyd. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
The great one passes to Drummond. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
The Clippers have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. The pass to Harrell, right wing. Leonard with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Over Giannis. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Middleton, the pass to Antetokounmpo. In low, back to Middleton from the arc. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. And there it is for him. 6 points for Drummond.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Floyd. He gets it in there.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And the dunk by Giannis.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
With some arc. No good on that one. Some solid defense from the great one. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Floyd. Antetokounmpo defending. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Free throw good. Giannis. Los Angeles leading by 7. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with the great one. And it's Drummond in at the center position. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Try to prevent Bledsoe from charging inside. Easier said than done. Once he sees the lane, pretty much over for the defense.
Back to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And again, no good by the Clippers. Bucks trail by 5. Giannis kicks to Bledsoe. Here's the great one, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Eric Bledsoe concentrating right now on dishing it out, trying to find some of his open teammates.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And the foul called on the great one. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Pass to Floyd. Six to shoot. Fires from deep. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Bledsoe. Pass to the great Paul George with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Teardrop shot. Here's Caruch, defended by Drummond. Now here is George, and the foul called on the great one. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Caruch passes to Floyd. Can they get it? And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
6'1" guard, Bledsoe up there with the block. Wow.
Offensive rebound. Drummond, and the layup's good off the glass.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Stolen by Bledsoe. And now in transition is Bledsoe. Here we go. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Here's Karuch. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And stolen by Harrell. And here's the break. A pull-up. Rebound, Milwaukee. Bledsoe's got his 5th rebound in this one. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. George passes to Harrell. Back to George. Goes up on the wing. It's hauled in by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on George. The first one falls. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Karuch. Both free throws good from the great one. Clippers trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Floyd. The rebound by the Bucks. Bledsoe's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
Watching that guy put on a burst of speed, he takes up so much of the floor. What a burst by Giannis.
So it's the Clippers now. George looking around. Kicks to Harrell. Back to George. Count the basket. George has got 22.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Floyd. Guarded by Bledsoe. To the right side. Here's Floyd. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He needs to try to get another basket this quarter because clearly his jumper is not going down right now.
Drummond passes to the great one. Morris against Giannis. To the middle. And it's Drummond with the jam.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
Passes it to Leonard. Over Middleton. Leonard, no luck. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 19-4 run right now. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
Clippers trail by 9. Here's Floyd. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
The pass to Harrell. Pass to Floyd. From deep. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Bucks leading by 11. Giannis right side. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Giannis. 14 points for Andre Drummond. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it and make the adjustment.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Drummond, good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Drummond's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Buries it from three-point range. George has got 25 points in the game.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter, Paul George, can get it going from distance.
No good from the great one. Drummond passes to the great one. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Giannis is double. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. Clippers trail by 12. Leonard the pass to 4. Lets the 3 fly. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bucks.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double. But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Floyd, guarded by Bledsoe. Back to Morris. Here's Harrell. It's hauled in by Giannis. Bledsoe outside. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was a hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole team.